Yo, what is up, guys? Got a little trade recap for you guys today. Took a win this morning, and I've also got two other trade recaps for you because I recorded trade recap on Thursday and Friday, and both of them the audio didn't work, so it was just two silent trade recaps. So I'm just gonna go over them quick today, give you a little sauce on that, and yeah. So let's go ahead and get into today's trade. So this was what we were looking at. So high time frame, we were fairly bullish. I mean, very bullish. Retrace into the 4-hour fair value gap. I think it was an hourly fair value gap. Resweep of this intermediate low. 1 hour sponsorship here. And the 30 and the 15-minute gap just sponsored and delivering from everything. Now, the one thing that made my bias unclear was this new day opening gap. So this was kind of throwing me off at first. So basically, I want to see whether we would respect or disrespect this fair value gap. If we just start dumping at market open, yo, my bad, there's a dog outside. But let me close this window. All right, that's a little better. All right, so basically, if we just start dumping at market open, then the new day opening gap would be the more obvious target. But if we respect this and start delivering higher, then it would make sense to target all-time highs based on the really bullish conditions. So that's what I was looking at. And then also on ES, we were a lot closer to this gap, so wanted to be careful about that. But what I'm looking for here is a retrace into this 15-30 minute gap and to take longs from there. So that was what I was looking for in the morning. So yo, I don't even know if my audio was working. All right, I don't know if the audio works, but I'm really hoping it does. But yeah, I was looking for a retrace into that gap here. So price opens up and we end up going lower here. Actually, this was market open. So we traded into the 15-minute fair value gap, and we don't get a great reaction. There wasn't really a great spot for an entry just off of a swing. Like, I guess technically you could have entered off of this fair value gap, but I don't know, that's kind of weird considering it's fully mitigated. So I was probably just going to wait that one out, not take that, wait for something a bit better. But at this point, I'm thinking that the bearish scenario is playing out because we just start dumping and it looks like we're not going to respect this gap. But the important thing was that ES traded into a 1 hour gap, swept the 1 hour intermediate. So we ended up having an SMT, which was really nice to see. And then Yeah, but there's no key level here on NQ, so wasn't gonna take anything here, and not an amazing structure. But this wasn't a bad trade if you took it, I don't know, maybe a 2 minute or 3 minute. It might have been like a 4 or 5 minute actually. Oh yeah, I remember seeing this, but I think it closes above the swing high. So it was a bit weird. Yeah, it closed above the swing high, so it's kind of weird to take there. So I prefer just to wait for a continuation. And we end up getting really close to this, and I think we're just going to not have a trade, and we're just going to take all the liquidity. But then we end up retracing down, and we hit this 5-minute gap that we formed, and then we just inverse immediately on the 32nd right here. But yeah, this trade is basically perfect. Like, there's almost no bad things, other than like the new day opening gap below, but that's far enough away that it's not a real concern. So I messed up my take profit, and it just like was a couple ticks above. So so that's why the execution mark showed multiple trades, but so I ended up getting in about here probably. But yeah, it ends up playing out nice. The chop here kind of scared me a bit, but went break even once we took this high. And yeah, really nice trade. Let me show you the execution marks on ES. Or not on ES, on MNQ. I think I said that wrong. But yeah, here's the trade. If we go on the low time frame, we can probably see where I messed up. Yeah, but we weren't really moving anywhere, so it didn't actually really affect anything too much. But yeah, really nice trade. So, and then let me show you Friday and Thursday's trade, because the trade recaps got messed up for that. So I'll go ahead and do a quick little recap of those. Actually, let's start with Thursdays. So I gotta remember what even the trade was. So, oh, I remember now. It was shorts off of this gap. So, high time frame, I saw this hourly gap seemed really, really prominent. And then we have just liquidity below. So, and we were delivering bearish overnight. So it made sense to be bearish in this situation. And yeah, so let's play out price. And then so then we tap the fair value gap here, and I believe there was a 30-second entry here, which I did not take. Yeah, right here, which I'm pretty sure plays out. But maybe it was pretty close, I think. Oh, maybe not. Break even at least. I guess if you got a nice fill, maybe. But I just waited for it because I wanted more confirmation. And that was good because we ended up re-sweeping. And then we form a 3-minute fair value gap, I believe. Actually, there was a 3-minute, but I took the 2-minute because I just didn't see the 3-minute. So yeah, this was the entry I took. Yeah, here. I forget where the stop was, but something like that. And then I just take it to the 5-minute. Actually, there's no 5-minute. I think there's a 5-minute on ES at this point. But, oh, we're lagging. But I guess the 4-minute. But just general area of imbalance. So I just target down to here. And we ended up retracing a bit, but stop was good. So we were all good. Didn't go break even too early. Didn't do anything too bad. So I just took it for a 1-to-1. Would have played out down to here, I believe. But just trying to get the, what Blake says, the low-hanging fruit. But I under-risked on this by accident. I accidentally did 5 contracts instead of 10 contracts. Not because I was like doing it intentionally. I just did the math wrong. So yeah, this one was 460. Yep, 460. And then today was actually really good because I did 20 contracts. Since we're a bit better on we have more drawdown to work with. So yeah, really nice trade. And let's go on to Friday. She looks good on NQ. So Friday was looking bad at first, and then it actually started to look really nice. So let me remember. We hit this hourly fair value gap. We did inverse it, but the thing about these type of inversions is it's like there's a wick and we barely inversed it. So it's like technically we inversed it, but I mean, clearly we're delivering from it. So it's like we're just respecting bullish. So I need to remember what I was targeting. Yep, it was this 30-minute. This 30-minute I was looking for us to open up, trade down to the 30-minute and deliver higher. This seemed like a really good scenario. There wasn't really a bearish scenario that I could see unless we were just like taking continuation shorts from something, but honestly, just the way price was, I wasn't looking to be bearish. So let's play out price. So we end up not hitting it and going up, and unfortunately I believe we take out this liquidity. Yeah, we take out this liquidity, which was my main draw. But there's still liquidity above, which I think is all-time highs. So it doesn't invalidate the idea by any means. We do trade into a 5-minute here. I forget if there was a setup. Yeah, there's no setup, so not even a possibility. I might have taken it, but yeah, no possibilities there. So then we end up trading down into this gap, which was what I wanted to see originally. So super nice, and I believe we have a 3-minute fair value gap. I think it's what I end up taking. Oh no, we resweep and then we get the inversion. I forget exactly where it was. Or do we resweep again? Oh, we do resweep again. All right. So this is where I enter. I was a bit cautious. I didn't risk a ton today, this time on purpose, because it is, 10:30 on a Friday. And I didn't expect there to be too much volume, too much volatility at this point. So I was going break even early and not risking a ton. But that's okay because it ended up being super nice RR. I think I only risked like 5 contracts maybe and made like 1,000, 1,100 probably. So at some point up here, I think once we trade into this rejection wick, I think I take partials probably. I'm gonna let some runners go, but at this point, we were up enough. I didn't wanna be up a lot and then go break even at this point. So I took off a couple contracts here. And then my idea was to go take off the other contracts here or once we hit all-time highs. But then we kind of start rejecting here. So I take off the other 2 contracts around here, I believe. So they both ended up being about the same spot in the end. But yeah, we get close to where the TP was originally, but we don't hit it until like 2 p.m. So it was a great spot to close out the position. And I was really happy with this. It did take like an hour to play out, but can't complain at all with a win. So yeah, that's about it for today and the end of last week. We are back at all-time highs, so that sucks, but at least we got some good price action this week, or started this week and last week. We're on a 4-trade win streak, so super happy about that. And yeah, glad to have some momentum back, and I appreciate you guys for watching. Hope you guys are doing good, and I'll see you hopefully tomorrow, at some point this week probably. But yeah, peace.